was broken down. I said, Lord, I sure messed up Sunday. I felt like I was in such a spiritual battle Sunday. I don't even remember what I preached. I'm being honest with you. I went home and explained to my wife. I said, I don't know. I was in the daze the whole way. It just felt like I was in a spiritual battle. I was fighting. I was fighting and I was struggling. I was struggling. And I'm telling you, I was to the point I was about to just say, help! Help me, somebody. Snatch me out of this. I'm in a daze. But I prayed on that thing. I'm telling you, I prayed. I prayed. I repented to God. And when I tell you how God speaks, I'm talking about by His Spirit guiding us. I said, you have to understand, so you was preaching about salvation. You was preaching about being saved. Sometimes when people walk through this door, they are oppressed. They are under attack. They have all kinds of things going on in their mind. The enemy's not going to just let them go because you're preaching. It's spiritual warfare. Why do you think you're in such a, you're trenched out in your own family? The trench is something we had to build in battle, y'all, to shoot at the enemy so we won't get. Why do you think you trenched out in your marriages? Because this is spiritual warfare. The enemy's not just going to let them go. That's why the old folks wrote a song. I went down to the enemy's camp and I took back what he stole from me. Why? Because he's always looking for something he can come and steal. And so I wrote this down. I wrote this down because if you set a vision, you put purpose in motion. If you set a vision, you put purpose in motion. And why? Because vision and purpose connects to help others. Vision and purpose connects to help others. Look at what Paul says. Let's read through it again and watch. You're going to hear what he interprets it. Verse 24 again. He says, who now rejoice in my sufferings. But what does he say next? I'm in verse 24. Who now rejoice in my sufferings. What does he say next? For you. Sometimes you have to suffer for me. Sometimes I have to suffer for you. I don't know why it has to be twisted up that way, but it's a design by God. Paul says, watch this, I'll just rejoice. I'll just rejoice. Why? Because I realize what I'm dealing with, this is a God thing. This is a God thing. It's Vanessa, you under attack because it's a God thing. Sister Dylan, you under attack because it's a God thing. It don't have nothing to do with you done did so bad, you done told somebody off, or I didn't put my blinker on to turn left, I didn't stop at the yellow light because I wanted to get on through. It don't have anything. Only thing it has to deal with is a God thing. It's a God thing. Allow me to feel a piece of hell I don't ever want to go to. Now you think about it. If we catching all the hell here, why throw away what you believe to go there? Think about it. Why? How many things happen that you just don't like? I'm ready to get to that part of life where I like everything. Where it's all good. Wake up with no problems. Get through 1 week without any trouble, any chaos, any crisis. I'm ready. You know, I was telling the ladies, I said, look, I was under such attack Sunday that I hope y'all don't let, because what happened with the equipment, discourage you. Continue in your confidence. Rejoice in it. We got to find that place of rejoicing. I mean, hey, I'm more than anyone. I want a musician. I want all that. I want musicians and more. I would love to have all that. But guess what? Let's work with what we got. Let's rejoice with what we got. Now, y'all ready for the board? So then, if you set a vision, you put purpose in motion. And a lot of times people don't know their purpose because they don't know their vision. Why do you think people steal? They have no vision. Why do you think somebody will rob from you? Why I want to rob from you? What am I rob from you for? If I have a vision, I don't need to rob from you. God has given me something for myself. You know? Why I want to come and take what you have when I know I can get it for myself? See, when a person is void of vision, watch this, they are not experiencing life. They are just living. When you are void of vision, you are not experiencing life. Because Jesus made a proclamation. He said, I have come to what? To give you life. And to give it to you what? More abundantly. Now, did I say this? Vision brings purpose in view. All right. This is what I want to do. I want to show it to you this way. Vision brings purpose in view. Now, get connected to it like this. So I'll use an object lesson, something tangible to show that to you. This is, I want to show this one. These are blueprints. These are blueprints. Now, this is a blueprint of the electrical wiring system of a structure. Now, everybody can see that? Vision brings purpose in view. Now, what would happen? These blueprints would become the vision. Would become the vision. Now, watch this. Vision brings purpose in view. Why? Because vision causes me to see. It causes me to focus. Why? Because that's what vision is. And if this represents the vision, then what happens, it brings purpose in view because now I see it. Now, if I just throw this to the side and I never utilize it, what do? Vision's not going nowhere. But it brings purpose in view. Now, here's how it brings purpose in view. It brings purpose in view because this represents the vision. Now I have to do what the vision says I have to do. I have to do these blueprints. Can't just keep reading. I can read them every day till I fall out. I can't keep just saying it. I can say it till I turn another color. But until I do this vision, purpose will never. So watch this. Now you're going to see something we said on Sunday that every believer has to connect to. And that's this. Every vision and every purpose presents principle. In order for me to do the vision, because vision causes me to have to do a purpose to accommodate the vision, I have to go according to the principle of the vision. Now, the principle is what? How to do it. I can't just start throwing stuff together like I want to. I have to do it according to the principle. Now, watch this. Watch this. Let me see if I can make that clear. I can hook these lights up that they can stay on without using a switch. I can do that because I have the knowledge of how to do it. But watch this. It would be hazardous for you. It would become a hazard. Because what the switch has done was eliminated the hazardness of it. I don't want to use that word. Because watch this. Here's the next component of vision, and that's power. In every vision, there's a component of power. The electrical circuit has a power, a currency that brings power. Now watch this. What the switch does was to give you a safe place to go to the power. Oh, I wish I could have thought of that, Miss. Oh, she thought of it too. Girl, you go. You go, you go, you go. It gives access to the power. I'm writing that down. Hold up. Y'all pause for the cause. Access to the power. Y'all see how that works? See how God just do it? It gives access to the power that you can have a safe place to work. That you don't have to be concerned about hurt, harm, or danger. Because what does the enemy bring? Hurt, harm, and danger. He's not looking for you to cook or bake cookies. He's coming to steal, to kill, and to destroy. So in the process of doing the vision, causing it to become purpose, I go according to the principle, but the principle has guidelines, there's power to this, but guess what? I got to have a safe place. Because there's some things on here that could kill me. It could kill me. If I don't do this right, this says electrical wiring. If I don't wire it right, guess what? It'll hurt somebody. That's why Paul said, I'm going through it and I'm suffering doing it, but it's not for me. It's for you. It's for you. Because this won't only benefit me. Guess what? It's going to benefit others. So let me go to the board. Does that make sense to you? So watch this. So now we got 3 factors in play. This represents you. Hold up, this pen going out. Okay, I guess I got to use it. All right, this represents you. So now we're dealing with some factors here. We're dealing with purpose. We're dealing with power. And we're dealing with principle. Now, these things God is using to work through you. Now watch this. Vision gives purpose. Vision gives purpose. Did we make that clear? All right. Purpose gains power. And the reason why purpose gains power, because God has to give you some protection. He has to give you protection. That's protection. See, the switch is protection. If I was to open up that case and you see all those wires, let me tell you something, you'll be exposed to the power. So, power gives protection. And then power presents the principles. It presents the principle. Now, watch. Now, I'm not going to write all of this up here, but I'm going to give you how to construct it on your sheet, and then you can go from there. Now, these things eventually causes something to happen with the believer. I'm just showing you how it's constructed. Now, all I'm trying to do is give you a visual of how it happens in real time. We live through this every day. If a scientist was able to break down to you how oxygen gets to your lungs, from the air to your lungs, inhale, exhale, and all that, and did it on a scale and showed you all the molecules, it just simply means he's showing you how it happens in real time. So I'm just showing you how some things happen in real time. Because we have purpose, this is what we have. We have direction. My pen's going out. I think I got another one up there. Just give me 1 sec. Got 2 of them right here. All right. So we have direction. Next thing you write for purpose. Everything I'm giving you right now is for purpose. We have hope. Now, when we see these things spread it out in the Bible, you go to scriptures, you find the book and find where it is. I'm just showing you how it all comes together and happens in real time. And when I'm doing purpose, it's because I'm in view of the vision. And now I have the direction. I know what I'm doing. Why? Because I have hope. And this is when faith comes in. When I have purpose, I'm walking in faith. I'm walking in faith. Let me tell you something. Let me tell you how you start being unconscious of how faith works. When something becomes too routine. When it becomes too routine and it becomes a habit, you start becoming unconscious of the faith principle. Now, I'll give you an example. Let me make a natural connection. When you leave tonight and you drive home, sometimes you do it unconsciously. Why? Because you've done it so many times before. When you get up in the morning and go to work, sometimes you do it unconsciously, just knowing that where you're going, because you know your direction, you know what you're going to pass, you know every landmark, you know every stop, you know every light, and all of a sudden it becomes so routine, you don't think about if something could happen or not. But what if just that one time, and now let's just use our spiritual mind thing. If just one time you get in your car, you're on your way home or you're on your way to work, and the earth starts shaking. You know that does happen in some places. The earth starts shaking. Just start trembling and buildings start falling. How many know it just interrupted your routine? What is one of the first things you're going to start thinking? Oh, Lord, what is going on? Amen. Now, let's just use some minor details. Now, that's a little hypothetical. That's on the hypothetical spectrum. Let's just do some minor real thing. Some road construction. All of a sudden, your route is cut off. You're so unconsciously going in the same direction, doing the same thing, that it's a routine to you that now if you have to reroute and go, you get a little thrown off. See, one thing the enemy tries to do, he knows he can't stop us with God, but he wants us to become unconscious of what's occurring. That's why you're supposed to always have a presence of mind. That's right. A presence of mind. And what purpose does, purpose is supposed to keep us with a presence of mind. Why? Because I'm a doer. I'm doing. And so it gives us direction, gives us hope, it gives us faith. And watch this. I put this in because it made sense to me. It gives us a passion. It gives us a passion. Now, on the flip side of passion, watch this, is a burden. One side is passion. The other side is a burden. Everything God asks you to do won't have a passion attached to it. Sometime it'll be a burden. How many of us old enough to remember 45s? The old album of 45s and 33s, you know. Y'all, come on, y'all remember that? What they called it? Albums and records, LPs. But watch this. You bought a record, the 45, based upon a hit song. But the hit song always had a what? A flip side. It had a flip side. And sometimes the flip side was an undesirable song from the same artist. You be like, how in the world they put this on here? Oh my God. You done scratched up the hit song, the other side just play like butter. Because it's undesirable. See, a burden is undesirable. It's undesirable. But it's a part of the package. It's a part of the package. Sometimes it's a burden to come to church. Sometimes it's a burden. God not crazy, don't you know? God know you're not jumping and screaming to get to church all the time. God know that. Because we start factoring things in. Lord, it's over. Lord, it's dark. Lord, it's this. Lord, the gas. Lord, this here. You would be amazed how many people I have come in contact with say they go to churches that's closest to their house. They don't care who the preacher is, the pastor is. Vision don't even matter. They just know it's right there, and when I go, it's right there. I'm telling you, I done had so many conversations like that. And because of that, they have no vision, they have no purpose, they have no direction, they have no instructions. Hope's out the picture. They ain't got nothing to hope for. And they think it's the doing of going to church that God is pleased with. God is not pleased when your heart is not in it. That's why when he talks about giving, he said, if you give grudge, you may as well keep that. You may as well keep that. If you think you don't want to tithe because you don't know what the preacher in the church do with the money, then God said you may as well keep that. Because that shouldn't even be your concern. So I'm just trying to get you to understand there's a flip side to passion. And it's called burden. And I'm talking about in the context and the confines of the church. Everything God asks you to do is not going to be a driving passion for, oh, Pastor, I got this passion for it. Well, what about the thing you got the burden for? It's just as important. It's just as important. And let me tell you something. God just may work with a little more grace with the burden than he will with the passion, because he know you're going to get up to do the passion. But he's going to grace you a little bit more and anoint you a little stronger with the burden. So pray to God about your burdens. Amen. So watch this. Wrote this down. Because of purpose, it gives us a goal. It gives us a goal, and the goal becomes a target. Why? Because now we can see it. You just watch when I don't want to leak that out yet. I don't want to leak that out yet. But let me tell you something. When you see vision starting to come in fruition, it gives you a goal. It gives you a target. Now, because I'm starting to see, a lot of times people don't realize getting it started is just the beginning stages of it. It takes effort to get anything started. How many of you ever been to a track meet or ran track? Man, it's nothing like when you heist up in them blocks and you're anticipating that gun to go off and you just feel like, I gotta go. And they holding up the gun, and what they call it? When you take off too soon. You can make some decisions too soon in your life. You make them too soon. We do it every day. We make decisions too soon. And you know, some things, it takes a longer time to restart. Because some things you can't get back when you make the decision too soon. I don't want to get in that conversation. Well, not if you get disqualified. I think you get one time to scratch. Wait, scratch was... So the second one, you're disqualified. Okay. And now think about that. Just think about that. How many of you know God will never disqualify you? You can scratch 150 times. But if you come to God with a broken heart and a contrite spirit, he's right there to say, come here, baby. Come on, baby. So that's what purpose does. Purpose causes us to see it. It brings it into fruition. It causes me to do it. You know, I'll never forget. Let me see if I can make some sense of this real quick with the purpose. When we were over there on Westmoreland, say, hey, man, we got to get another building. We got to get another building. So by the time we ended up getting this building, we got over here. These pews wasn't in here. His carpet wasn't in here. It was toe up in here. These ceilings wasn't white. They were black and brown. It was so dark in here. You couldn't even, had to come in and put lights in here. Had to get all these lights fixed. Now, we don't have nothing fancy and spectacular. These walls were all messed. Man, it had flooded. It's still bad back there. That's why I got that curtain up. But what I'm saying, this wasn't like this. This had to start coming together. And I think Dwayne was the first time when they first brought the carpet in. First, we painted the ceilings, got the lights situated, painted the ceiling, painted the walls, got everything painted, got everything, all the old stuff out, scraped the floor. We did everything, got everything ready. And then the first thing he came and rolled all this carpet. And it was like a breath of fresh air, because now you can start seeing it come together. We were actually having service back there in the back. We're having service in the back. Yep. I would stomp my foot back there. That's when I was in my stomping days. Trying to get my little hoop on there. But then, after we got the carpet in, they brought the pews. They set the pews up. They brought all the furniture and set it up. You know, And we didn't have no sound system. We just had a little rinky-dinky Radio Shack microphone. And I think the voice reflected from here to the second pew. But I was on that little rinky-dinky bike. I was running down the, oh, Lord. Yeah, we was doing cassettes. I mean, it just, let me tell you something. You have to appreciate what God is doing. You have to appreciate it. And, you know, I look back on those days and I say, man, we're still here. We're still here. I can show you pictures when this sanctuary used to just be full. And yet we're still here. Went through some rocky moments. Went through some turbulent times. You know, but hey, that's all right. We're still here. Sometimes you don't know what's in you until you go through something.
That's right. That's right. That's all.
You can't ever say God healed you if you've never been sick. You can't ever say, look what God has done if he had nothing to do. So I'm excited about looking forward to what the vision is going to do in the near future. So now, with just 2 minutes, because I said I was going to cut it a little short, didn't I? Now we got to look at what power does. What power does. The very first thing I wrote down that power does, power gives us assurance. Oh, that looks a lot better. That looks a lot better. What the first thing power does is give us assurance. Now, let me show you how sincere assurance is. On your way to work, you're in your routine. Now, you get up every morning and probably do pretty much the same thing. There's only so many things you're going to do to get yourself together and get ready and leave out and do your thing to get to work. But I'm going to show you what assurance does. When you have power in place with assurance, if you walk out just that one morning, your car doesn't start. You get home after work and your lights are off. Yeah. You turn the stove on and it doesn't work. See? See, assurance is when things is working and you have an expectation for it to work. See? If I walked in this sanctuary and I hit the light switch and nothing came on, I'm like, uh-oh. See, but when you have power in place, power gives you an assurance. Let me tell you something else. I was studying this, and this is what, I didn't write it down with power, but I wrote it down for something personal. You know what else gives you assurance? Is love. Love gives you assurance. See, let me tell you something. I'm going to just be very frank. I know Miss Carol loved me. I know she loved me. And it gives me an assurance. And guess what? When I hear her come through the door, joy floods my heart. I don't care about that cane. That cane sounds like music to my ears. I hear her coming. Because I have an assurance. You see? Now, if I saw Miss Carol when she walked through the door and before she walks in the sanctuary, first thing she says, she starts criticizing me. Guess what? The moment I hear that cane coming through the door, I'm going to go out the other door. You ever got that? Somebody call you, you just, oh, I don't know. Now, I don't know if you've gotten like that. You don't even want to see them coming. I got this thing, this personal. Y'all say this personal. I got this thing that I've been working on called a distance list. It's a distance list. And if your name hit that distance list, I'm going to love you from a distance. I'm going to love you from a distance. No, I got y'all name in my wallet. Where my wallet in my But I got a distance list, baby.
I'm going to make you one distance.
Yeah.
I'm writing it down.
I got a distance list. Because of assurance. See, Miss Carol has an assurance when she's in my presence what that relationship is going to be like. what that conversation is going to be like. You know, and vice versa with any one of you. If I come in your presence, you have a certain assurance because you know my love is genuine for you. My love is genuine for you. I don't think it's ever, I'm not a critical person. I don't criticize you. Don't you know people can see faults? But don't you know we could also see good? Now, I'm telling you, I don't want to get into all that. But that's what assurance is. Assurance makes you feel a certain way. And that's what the power does. Power gives you an assurance. And not only an assurance, but it gives you a dependence. Come on, we're about to close. It gives you a dependence. You get dependent on the power. Now, how many know it's all right to be dependent on God's power?
That's right.
If God gave you the vision, he's going to also give you the power because he's the one set the purpose in place.
Right.
I can't say it again.
I was trying to write it down.
I can't say that again. It won't come out right if I say it again. So we become dependent on God. Why do you think you need God so bad?
Do it. Just go to work, get a job, find
What was that? I done forgot the name of the writer. He said, I need thee. Oh, I need thee. And what they say? Every hour
Lord, they say.
I need thee.
Oh,
Oh, bless
me now.
me now,
My Savior.
my Savior.
I come to thee, Lord.
I come to thee. And then they say it again. I need thee. Why? Because you become dependent on God's power. I become dependent on his mercy. I become dependent on his grace. I become dependent on his peace. I become dependent on his joy. I become dependent on who he is. Somebody say dependent on him. I'm dependent on him, baby. Depending on him to get me grounded and settled in this thing. I can feel him down in my soul. Why? Because I'm dependent on him. And not only am I dependent on him, but I found out he is also dependent on me. Why is he dependent on me? Because he gave us a vision. He gave us the blueprint. And he said, now all you got to do is work out the blueprint. Work it to the T. Do what the principle says. Build it like it says build it. Erect it like it says erect it. Don't stray from it. Don't try to change it. Do what it says. Why? Because I'm dependent on him, church. I might have to stop right there. I done got a sweat going. But watch this. I'm dependent on him. And watch this. What power does is give me confidence. It gives me confidence. It gives me confidence. It's nothing like when God does what he says. Even when I got to wait on it. Even when I had to be patient for it. When God does what he says, I become confident in the things of God. He's going to get me from point A to point B. He's going to get me through this life. He's going to get me through my situations. He's going to get me through my crisis. He's going to get me through my bills. Are y'all listening to me? He know it gets tight sometimes. He knows sometimes you got to rub nickels together, but I'm depending on him to make this thing work. And I have a confidence now. I have a confidence. And watch this. This is the word we don't like in the church. When I get that confidence and I see what God will do, I develop a discipline. And too many believers are undisciplined. I get a discipline. Because y'all forgive me how I got to say it. I'm hooked on power. A God kind of power. And I'm searching it out. I'm knocking on his door. I'm in his throne room of grace. Say, bless me now, God. Bless me now. Why? Because I need what God has for me. It keeps me going forward in this life. And now I have a discipline for it. I don't misuse his power. That's all I'm saying to you. I don't disrespect what God has done. And watch this. I don't take advantage of it. Why? Because I'm disciplined with this. Can y'all receive that tonight? We'll finish with principle next Wednesday. Amen. Amen. Any questions? No, I better, because I'm full. I'm full. I'm full. I'm full. God's just been working on me, and I thank him for that. I don't know how bad you want, but I want him real bad. I want God bad. I need God. I need God in a big way. I need God in a big way, so I have a deep hunger and a deep thirst for him. I can feel the fire inside of me. And I just want that to ignite somebody else. You know, God will never quit on you. So don't quit on God. He won't even doubt you. He'll let you doubt yourself, but he'll never doubt you. Amen. So we have to get grounded, have to get settled in this thing. I am just settled in the gospel. I'm settled with God. Can't move me, can't sway me. I'm settled. I'm there. I'm there where I'm at a point of no return. That's all I'm saying to you. I'm at a point of no return because I'm dependent on him. Amen. Amen. If there's no question, let's bow our heads right there. Just for a moment. Let's bow our heads right there for just a moment. Lord, we just thank you. It's like I said to the ladies earlier. I just thank you, Jesus. Thank you for just being God. Thank you for being a heavenly Father. Thank you for being a void filler. Thank you for sealing the breaches. We just love you, love you, love you, love you, God. Need more of you. I'll never get enough. I'll never turn back. I'll never turn around. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen, amen. Come on, let's give the Lord a hand of praise right there. Amen.